About this Barons team, what are we going to see when we see the Barons play on any given night this season?
You're going to see us working really hard and being really aggressive this year.
How are you trying to change things from last year? I mean, is there anything that you're trying to really improve upon this season as opposed to last year?
Well, we're young this year and a little inexperienced, but that can also be a strength because we're going to come out with fire and passion and really play hard.
When you take a look at the NHC, Homestead, Norwell, they're always up there at the top. What do you need to do to be competitive with those teams and earn some victories so that you're at the top of the NHC when all is said and done?
I think we need to work on ourselves as a team and getting a little more experience, but I think we can be right up there with them this year.
What's going to be priority number one when you guys hit the floor Monday for the first official practice? What are you guys going to try to work on the most leading up to your first game?
I think we're going to work on a new system since we got a new coach, and we're going to work on getting used to each other since we haven't really played much together before. Summer was our first time together, and I think once we get everything in sync, we're going to be very competitive.
As far as this DeKalb program goes, taking over, what are you trying to do in your first year to kind of put your imprint on it or maybe change about the program to get things started off on the right way?
One of the biggest things, we need to lay a foundation so that we have an excitement built up in the community, so that we have a lot of girls excited to play basketball, and we want that foundation to start up at the high school level. So we need to have a varsity product that people are excited to watch, and a brand of basketball that people are excited to watch, so they get more interest involved with that. So you really need to go kind of from the top to the bottom, and we just recently started a new feeder league with the YMCA involved with that, and that's an important step. We're going to keep working with our middle school programs and keep working with these girls all the way up. I remember when I was an assistant for Coach Hawkins several years ago when we went to state, I remember we were in the locker room at the state finals, and he said that these four guys that started it for him, he knew him since first and second grade. So, I mean, that's the ultimate dream of any coach, is that you're working with these kids from the absolute wee stages of their life all the way through to the high school level. So we want to have an important brand of basketball. We want to compete in every game. And I think the biggest thing with the new system, you got to get the girls to believe in the system, believe in each other. And I think we've been doing a pretty good job with that, because this summer we got to lay a pretty good foundation, and we're looking forward to practice starting next week.
From an X's and O's standpoint, what's your approach, and how does that adapt or change based on the personnel that you've had?
I think you got to look at the personnel that you have, and you have to adapt to what you have. You can't necessarily say, okay, we're going to be a pressing team if you don't have pressing players. I think you have to adapt to what you have. I think we have a possibility to have some good post play. I think we have some good guard play. So, I mean, we're going to try to utilize those strengths and try to make those skills a lot better for them as we continue into the season.
For you, what's priority number one when practice really gets underway on Monday for the first official practice? What is going to be the focus for DeKalb from practice one to game one to get ready for the season?
I think the most important thing is you have to have no excuses and you compete. If something goes wrong, you have to focus on the next play and don't worry about why it happened or what could happen next. Focus on what you're doing in the present and focus on that in the concept of competing in everything.
Anything else you'd like to add?
I'm just excited to get started, and we're looking forward to it.
Appreciate it.